not a free-for-all to just go back to life as normal.
Reopening the state of Ohio, why it is not going to be happening overnight, and what kind of expectations can we have for when things finally do open up again?
Serving on the front lines, Cleveland nurses head out to New York to help with the coronavirus there. We'll check in on the nurses as they ship out. COVID-19 is adding extra stress to expecting mothers.
It is disappointing, but I understand the importance from a medical standpoint.
What researchers are finding out about the virus and its impact on moms-to-be and their babies.
And I don't know about you all, but the roots are starting to show and everybody's getting a little bit worried since the salons are still closed. But we have some ideas on how you can do your own cover-ups right at home. Plus, it's Friday. Alcohol sales are on the rise. Our Mike Polk sets out to find out why and gives a big virtual hug to those who are keeping up with demand.
And now, live from WKYC Studios, this is What's New.
Happy Friday, everyone. Thanks so much for watching. What's new this weekend is within our grasp. I can almost touch the weekend, Betsy, and I can't tell you how excited that makes me. I'm Jay Crawford in my home studio. Betsy Kling back in our WKYC studios on this April 17th, tracking snow. A very big hello to you, Betsy.
Hi there, Jay. Hope you have some nice and happy daffodils out there despite all the snow that has been coming down. We do have some video that's coming in from all across Northeast Ohio, and the story is much the same likely in your backyard, except if you're farther south. A slushy coating of the white stuff. This is North Ridgeville this afternoon. The snow coated the flowers. There's some daffodils there, but this is April, friends. This is completely normal still for this time of the year. Michael Estime decided to go out and about and experience it firsthand. So he is out at Perk Park in downtown Cleveland this evening. So Michael, how's it going out there?
Yeah, Betsy, good evening to you. Jay, good evening to you as well. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. I was out making snow angels not too long ago, but, as Betsy mentioned, I know it's the 17th day of April, but this is really not all that uncommon for us in Northeast Ohio. Typically, on the 9th day of April is our average last snow, so again, we're right around that. And we're going to continue to track some scattered snow showers, especially along the north coast, throughout this evening. So let me take you to the maps and show you what things look like. Notice that the further south that you are, south of, say, Akron area, where that pink line is, that's basically our division line between where the snow is north of that pink line and then where it's more of a rain mix south of that pink line where things may get a little bit more slushy. So Canton area, Stark County, watch for that. Let me take you on through and show you what things look like. We'll start from the west side, from Sandusky over toward Lorraine. If you're driving along the turnpike, give yourself plenty of time. The good news is, though, that most of this that's hitting the ground is melting, but on those grassy surfaces, those higher elevated surfaces, you're certainly seeing that. So when does the snow come to an end? Well, I think we're still hanging with the snow through the 9 o'clock hour, and right around midnight, things should begin to taper some, perhaps just some residual snow showers overnight and then through early tomorrow. But you know what? The sunshine is on the way, and Betsy and Jay, my goodness, I know that lots of folks looking forward to it. I feel like we've seen all 4 seasons here in Northeast Ohio within the past week now. So enjoying a perhaps last taste of winter as we speak.
Let's hope so. I think everybody's ready for more sun and fun, that's for sure. Thanks, Michael.
Absolutely.
We'll get a full check of that forecast from you coming up in just a little bit. Jay?
All right, Betsy, thank you very much. Let's get everyone caught up now on the latest coronavirus headlines, and we begin with the numbers. The cases here in Ohio now up to 9,107 cases, and the number increased day to day by about 7%. We were down to about 4% for a couple of days in a row on the increase, but today up about 7%. 418 people now have died in Ohio from the virus. We do have some good news for healthcare workers at university hospitals. Caregivers received new copper-infused masks. These masks were given to doctors and nurses who are not treating COVID-19 patients, which frees up the N95 masks for those who are treating those with the coronavirus. They're one of the first hospitals in the country to receive these reusable masks. And people in many states are protesting stay-at-home orders. This is video of a protest in Minnesota this afternoon. We've seen several of these big protests over the last couple of days. Michigan staged one, as did Virginia. Protesters want the governors there to end the lockdown. President Trump weighed in on Twitter saying, "Liberate Minnesota." So while it seems we're closer to the end than we are to the beginning of the pandemic, the coronavirus is still very much with us, and it will be for a while. A warning from Governor Mike DeWine today as he rolls out his plan to restart the economy here in Ohio. Laura Queso explains how businesses are going to change when the state opens up.
The governor said you should not expect May 1st to roll around with your favorite restaurant resuming business as normal. He said the state is committed to getting back to normal, but we must continue protecting customers and employees. So expect the following: 6 feet distancing between customers and employees. You will see employees wearing masks and gloves. You could see barriers where needed. Also, surfaces should be sanitized often, and employees should have time to wash their hands. There will be staggered arrivals and lunch breaks for employees, and those who can work from home will work from home. The governor also said employees' temperatures should be checked when they arrive to work, and businesses should continue limiting the number of people inside.
As we move forward into this world, some things, as I said, do not change. One of them is that we have to assume that everyone we meet is carrying the virus, because many people are walking around among us and don't know they're carrying the virus.
Now, the governor said there has been extensive testing at some of Ohio state prisons. I'll tell you how many prisoners tested positive for COVID-19 but showed absolutely no symptoms. It'll put it in perspective for you. That's coming up at 6. Laura Queso, 3 News.
Well, now on your feet at 5. Clearly, it won't be business as usual when the stay-at-home order is lifted. So what does all this mean for schools? As a mother of a school child, I'm telling you, this is the top of mind. Tiffany Tarpley talked to one district that's working on a timetable that will protect the students.
There will be guidelines in place we all have to follow, or we could end up where we started. President Trump has outlined a 3-phase plan as a guide for states. It's unclear if Ohio will follow that plan. As for education, interim CEO of Lorain City Schools, Greg Ring, says he has mixed feelings about in-person instruction this school year. While nothing is set in stone, Ring thinks waiting until fall is best. No matter what happens, doctors warn we can't get too comfortable.
If people don't take this seriously, if the state does not do aggressive testing and isolation of cases, then we absolutely could still see a spike. And in fact, our hospital is still prepared for that.
Dr. Amy Edwards is a pediatric infectious disease specialist at University Hospitals. She says they are preparing for what's called a microsurge. That's when, for example, the whole city of Cleveland may not have a surge of cases, but individual places might, like nursing homes or jails. Tiffany Tarpley, 3 News.
Well, just to give you a small example of how all of this is expected to go, there are several businesses in Lake County that are already working with local leaders to find a way to reopen. JD Cleaners, Custom Cleaning, Rocco's Hair Design, and several other businesses have now submitted their ideas to county commissioners to keep workers and their customers safe. Yours truly and Panini's say that their business is down 80 to 90% right now. They hope to reopen by limiting the number of customers allowed inside, reducing the number of tables overall, and separating booths. They're also expected to require staff to wear masks. They want to promote takeout business and outdoor seating hopefully once the weather finally starts to cooperate.
We're assuming that it's not going to be full capacity, and we're thinking every other table, every other stool. Most of our stores since we've been closed have a new fresh look, new paint, new flooring, new kitchens. So, we're sitting on the sidelines waiting, and when they tell us to go, we're ready.
Well, everybody's certainly working on their plans now. The ideas are coming out. County Commissioner Jerry Serino there in Lake County is welcoming other Lake County businesses to reach out for guidance on how to reopen as well.
Betsy, an emotional scene this morning at Cleveland's Hopkins Airport. 25 Cleveland Clinic healthcare workers boarded a plane headed to New York. They're volunteering to help COVID-19 patients in the world's epicenter of the virus. It's something they feel called to do.
It's like a once-in-a-lifetime chance to be like something bigger than yourself.
A number of caregivers are also expected to head to Michigan next week to help at Henry Ford hospitals. Detroit also one of the hot spots. All right, let's get a check now of some of the other headlines making news this Friday. And for that, we go to Laura Queso. Happy Friday to you, Laura.
Happy Friday to you, Jay. Let's get right to it, because if you shop at the Garfield's Heights Giant Eagle, things are going to change for you. So starting tonight at 9, the store is actually closing as it shifts to curbside pickup and delivery services only. So that starts on Sunday with slots available from 8 to 8 daily. All payments will also be processed online. This is to reduce contact between shoppers and also the workers there. Well, 2 NASA astronauts and a Russian cosmonaut are back home from the International Space Station. The 3 touched down in central Kazakhstan today, the first to come back since the World Health Organization declared the COVID-19 pandemic. Now, the airport there is closed, so the Americans are being driven several hours to a different city so that they can fly home. And for Greek Orthodox Christians, this year's Easter has essentially been canceled because of the lockdown over the coronavirus. The Orthodox Easter is celebrated this Sunday, but churches are closed, so many of them will live stream services. In Greece itself, 90% of the population is baptized into the Orthodox Church. It's had 2,200 confirmed virus cases there. Well, all right, Jay.
Laura, thank you very much. We'll see you in the next half hour. Betsy?
Well, Jay, this Akron girl is very proud. There's galley boys all around. To treat the staff today at Akron Children's Hospital, Swenson's rolled up in their truck. The team took the food truck and handed out free meals to those on the front lines of the COVID crisis. Swenson's has also been spotted giving out free meals to workers at UH and the Cleveland Clinic in the past several weeks. Love those things. Well, through this pandemic, alcohol sales have been steady and even growing. Mike Polk is up next with his personal thanks to those who are working hard to keep up with the demand.
Betsy, some of our Cleveland Clinic medical workers are now helping out in New York City to fight COVID-19 coronavirus, and we have beautiful photos of them before leaving Cleveland. We'll share those with you and more right after this when we come back on What's New.
Okay, thank you. All right, get out of the car. All right, Mike. Okay, is this a little bit better, Frank? Okay, I'll make sure to hold it down for him. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hold it up a little higher. Yep, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
I had it that way, but it was requested not to.
Yeah, I'm sorry. We can hardwire it if you'd like to. I was gonna like walk and talk and show snow and stuff, but okay.
It is Friday, and for some, that means it's time to crack open a cold one, sit back, and relax a little bit. Since the coronavirus started, alcohol sales have been on the rise, and our Mike Polk was curious about that, so he did some digging to find out exactly why. He's also giving a very big thanks to those that are keeping up with the higher demand.
It probably won't surprise you to learn that alcohol sales have risen in Ohio during this pandemic, but how significantly they've risen is pretty remarkable. Sales increased more than 20% last month. And to give that some perspective, this March we sold 26% more alcohol in Ohio than last March. And that March had a proper St. Patrick's Day. While increased alcohol consumption is by no means the healthiest way to cope with the crisis, it is nonetheless a long-standing American tradition. During the recent Great Recession, alcohol sales in America spiked by more than 6%. Back in World War II, whiskey was hard to come by, so what did Americans do? To make up for it, they imported massive amounts of rum from the Caribbean islands. This is all to say that this shouldn't come as a big surprise to us. Americans drink more during hard times. I had the pleasure of chatting with Pete Jerome, the area sales manager for Great Lakes Brewing Company, to get some local industry perspective.
I've always related beer sales or alcohol sales in general to the good times and the bad times. When you celebrate, you're celebrating usually with a pint or something. And when you're down and out, you're kind of doing the same thing.
You obviously talk to other people in the industry. You deal with beer, but you talk to people who do other spirits and stuff. How does that compare to what you guys are doing?
Right now, spirits is really what's on fire, and they just tell me every day about how record sales are helping them.
Tell me that no beer was lost because of this crisis. Did you guys have to dump some beer? You can tell me.
I don't think so.
Oh, thank God. Good talking to you. Stay safe, Pete, and I really appreciate it. And thanks for everything Great Lakes is doing to keep us distracted from this crisis.
Doing what we can.
It's a hectic time for people like Pete and everybody in his industry who are trying to keep up with increased demand under very trying conditions. And unlike other occupations that have been deemed essential, I don't think they're necessarily getting the appreciation that they deserve. I'd like to change that. Just want to say thanks to you guys for everything you're doing. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you for taking care of us, everybody. Stay strong. Bye now. You feel good. You know, you feel good after something like that. Take care of yourselves, everybody.
I love it. Michael knows the important people in today's society. It's his own little version of the Publishers Clearinghouse giveaway. I love it. Mike Polk, thanks. Well, Michael Estime is here with a look at our weekend weather. And Michael, I think I speak on behalf of all of Northeast Ohio when I say, and I am begging you, please have something good in this weekend forecast. Please, we all need it.
Oh, man. Amen, Jay. I know exactly what you mean. Here is the good news. Very literally, we have light at the end of the tunnel, and we will see the light in terms of the sunshine tomorrow on Saturday. So that's something to look forward to. But in the meantime, though, kind of some novelty flakes. And keep in mind, this is probably going to be one of the last more significant snows that we see of this winter season. So take advantage of it. Enjoy it while you can. You'll notice that it is a little slushy. We're right now in Perk Park. We're in downtown Cleveland. You can, of course, see over my shoulder that the grassy areas and the higher elevated surfaces certainly covered with a coating of snowfall, and that also includes some of the streets as well, just a little slushy in spots. So let me get you to the maps and show you what things look like. This is a live view, by the way, of I-90 at I-77, and you can see not a ton of traffic on the roadways, obviously. Temperatures outside in the mid-30s as we speak. Notice, though, that Doppler radar indicating that we are still seeing some snow showers right along the north coast. See where that little pink line is, though? That pink line indicates where that 32-degree reading is. South of that, it's more rain mixing that we're seeing as we speak. So zooming on in, you'll notice that in Sandusky towards Cedar Point, you're seeing some slushy snow showers as we are in Lorain, of course, here in downtown. Temperatures outside along the lake in the 30s. Meanwhile, farther down toward the south in the 40s. Your National Design Mart hour by hour showing you that through the evening we'll hang on to a snow mix out there. And I think that right around midnight and 0.6 points after midnight is when things should begin to taper some. That's the good news. You're waking up first thing on Saturday morning to more cloud cover temperatures right around freezing, so it'll be a chilly night, that's for sure. And then by tomorrow afternoon, Jay, as promised to you, more sunshine in the forecast, temperatures right around that upper 40, low 50 degree reading, so something to look forward to. However, by Sunday afternoon, another wave of rain does move on in, so it'll be a short-lived dry period. Your Universal Windows Direct full 7-day forecast in the meantime showing you temps tomorrow, as we mentioned, in the 50s. I think we'll make it into the mid and upper 50s on Sunday with some showers rolling in later in the day. Monday looking like a phenomenal day. We'll call it partly to mostly sunny. Tuesday, some more rain chances, and then we finally peak, Jay, by Wednesday and on Thursday, upper 50s, low 60s. I actually think Monday and especially Wednesday going to be the best days to get out and about. So, Jay, you were asking me, where's the light at the end of the tunnel? You can see it not only tomorrow, but Monday and then again on Wednesday. And let's hope for those of us that are not winter weather enthusiasts that maybe this is the last snow of the year. We'll see what happens.
Oh, I beg you, please, no more snow. I can deal with the Sunday rain because at least I can think about the 50s and 60s that are at longer range in your forecast. Michael, thank you very much. We'll see you in the next half hour. Next stop on What's New, Stephanie Haney's place. She tells us the story behind this picture of two Cleveland nurses kissing through their masks. My curiosity is piqued. Clicking in Cleveland is straight ahead. Stay with us.
No, I heard everything. At no point did I ever see any. Craig.
I'm dialed into the same thing that he's dialed into. My phone hung up in the middle of the live shot. And then I dialed back in like 20 seconds later.
Okay, but I never lost IFB, so I was good to go. But yeah, thank you guys.
Well, WKYC and the Cleveland Indians are working together to raise money for the Boys and Girls Club of Northeast Ohio. And last night was a big fundraiser. And thanks to all of you, we were able to raise nearly $75,000 to help the Boys and Girls Club. And you can still help. It's pretty simple. All you have to do is go to WKYC.com. We have a link at the top of the page to donate. 8,600 kids they help here in Northeast Ohio. Well, now it's time to see what's been clicking in Cleveland through the day today with our digital anchor, Stephanie Haney. Stephanie, happy Friday to you.
Happy Friday to you, Betsy. And this was an interesting Friday for some of our friends at the Cleveland Clinic. 25 doctors and nurses headed out today to New York to help fight COVID-19, where they've been hit in one of the hardest places. And the hospital shared these photos of their send-off today. You can see this first one of two people embracing right before they head out the door. And if that's not a sign of the times, I don't know what is. And then you see the sign there that says, New York, help is on the way, stay strong. They will be there for a total of 4 weeks. Here at home, Cleveland Cavaliers players continue to step up to help our community that's been impacted by COVID-19. Cavs center Andre Drummond has donated $160,000 to coronavirus relief efforts. $100,000 of that going to the Middlesex Health System in his home state of Connecticut, and $60,000 to Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse staff. Kevin Love previously donated $100,000 to the staff at Rocket Mortgage, and today he took part in Project Frontline to support local restaurants and feed our medical workers.
I really want to continue to support the Cleveland community because you guys are true heroes.
Allie LaForce from NBA on TNT challenged him to take part, and then Kevin Love challenged Cleveland native chef Michael Sinem to join him. Okay, let's rewind now back in time to a moment before the coronavirus, because Variety released their full rankings for NFL merchandise sales. That's for the 2019 season, and we've got some people who are in the top spots. Baker Mayfield came in at number 5. He's on the left in the old jersey, the new one's on the right. And then Odell Beckham Jr. came in at number 7. His new jersey's on the right there. So we're talking about the old jerseys when it comes to these sales. But let's take a moment to talk about those new uniforms again and those orange pants that everybody is missing. Betsy, Browns executive J.W. Johnson did say that he's going to have a talk with Nike and see if we can't get us some orange pants here. So we might be seeing them next year after all.
I have a feeling Nike's going to come up with a solution for that, certainly. Thank you so much, Stephanie. Appreciate it. Well, still to come on What's New, how you can spruce up your roots without a trip to the salon. And pregnant women are having to deal with the extra stress of coronavirus, how it impacts them and their babies. And a new healthcare crisis may be emerging, why folks have stopped going to the hospital, and why that may be a bigger deal than what it seems. We'll be right back.
And now, live from WKYC Studios, this is What's New.
Happy Friday, everybody, and welcome back to What's New. I'm Betsy Kling with Jay Crawford, and we do have some weather to talk about, but Jay starts us off with our three heroes story for the day.
Betsy, it's a good one. Meet the Locke family. They own 30 McDonald's restaurants across Northeast Ohio. Last week, they donated warm meals to 6 hospitals across the Northeast Ohio area. They served nearly 4,000 items, including McNuggets, cheeseburgers, cookies, and much more. Locke family, you are our Friday What's New 3 heroes, and we salute you. Betsy?
That is really cool stuff. Well, spring has sprung in Northeast Ohio because it's snowing. That's what happens in spring here in Northeast Ohio. Yes, it's been warm and sunny, but now it looks like this. The snow is coating the ground. This is from Sandusky earlier today. Michael Estime is out enjoying the elements this evening in downtown Cleveland at Perk Park. And Michael, I know it's chilly outside, but you do have to admit the snow is a little bit pretty.
Oh, it's a lot pretty, Beth. It's beautiful, to be honest with you. Yeah, I mean, if you look over my shoulder, you can see that, even one of the little puppies there, it looks like, are enjoying some of the new fallen snow out there. I'd say on average, we've picked up anywhere between a solid coating and then upwards of a few inches in spots. You'll notice, though, that on the sidewalks and on a lot of the streets, there's no snow, and it's because of the fact that the pavement temperatures are nice and warm. That's the good news, but we are still continuing to track some flakes for you, and I think that we'll continue to track that for you through the evening as well. Graphics look like this. You'll notice there's that pink line, that's the division line between where we're seeing the snow and then more of a rain slush mix south of that. So if you're joining me from Sandusky, Lorain, downtown Cleveland area, Lake County, Ashtabula County, you're certainly seeing the snow. South of that, though, Akron, Canton area, it's more of a rain mix that you're seeing. So how much longer does this last? I think it'll last through the evening hours, and then by the overnight, things should begin to taper some. More clouds to start Saturday, but by Saturday afternoon, friends, here comes the sunshine. And temperatures, by the way, although hovering in the 30s right now and 40s further inland, I think we'll all eventually bottom out close to freezing. Hey, we have upper 50s and near 60-degree heat in that 7-day forecast. More on that part of your forecast just minutes away.
That sounds good. We'll take it. Thanks a lot, Michael. Jay?
Betsy, let's run through our latest coronavirus headlines. Governor Mike DeWine talked about getting Ohio back to normal. He said when businesses start to reopen, there will still be a limit on the number of people allowed in stores at one time. He said people will be wearing masks in public, and that'll be common to see. People need to continue also social distancing themselves from others. He added that reopening the state will be a phased approach. It will not be wide open come May the 1st. And we have the latest numbers for you here in Ohio. There are now 9,107 cases of the coronavirus. 418 people have died. Our top talker this half hour. Healthcare workers want everyone to know if you're having severe medical problems, it is safe to go to the emergency room. Senior health correspondent Monica Robbins talked with healthcare leaders about the decline in heart attack and stroke patients actually going to the hospital. Monica?
All of our hospitals are raising the alarm, and they're noticing fewer people going to the emergency department who really need to be there, especially those suffering heart attacks or stroke. The main concern, people are afraid of getting COVID if they go to the ED. So doctors want to assure you that measures have been put in place to protect you.
When people come in, the first thing we do is give the patient a mask so that they're not spreading anything they might have, and then they're also protected from other people. And then if you have symptoms that are suggestive that you might have COVID disease, we go through the tent and we make determinations at that point. It helps us keep things separated. Even within our waiting room, we have one half that is for suspicious symptoms and one half that's not.
A study of Northeast Ohio hospitals shows nearly a 20% decline in heart attack patients since the start of COVID. Across the country, hospitals are reporting 35 to 40% declines. Doctors say they're hearing from patients who wait days before seeking treatment, which puts them in far worse shape than if they came in when symptoms started. So at the very least, if you have any concerning symptoms, call your doctor. Get a professional opinion whether or not you need emergency care. Monica Robbins, 3 News.
Well, of course, we want to check in on some of the top headlines here at the bottom of the hour. We go back to Laura Queso for more on that. Hi, Laura.
Hi, Betsy. Let's get to it on this Friday. Cuyahoga County has created a fund for small neighborhood-based businesses hurt by the fallout from the coronavirus pandemic. So with that said, $500,000 is available in the Small Business Stabilization Fund. This allows small businesses to apply for grants starting at $2,500. Applications for the first round of grants is now open on the county's website, and there are also loans available of up to $350,000 for those businesses too. Well, work is now finished on the temporary conversion of a Case Western Reserve University building into a Cleveland Clinic Surge Hospital. The facility is being called Hope Hospital and has 327 beds. It will house low-level COVID-19 patients if needed. Well, this may sound familiar. Demand for jigsaw puzzles has taken off with everyone staying at home. Maybe you're doing one right now, but good luck buying one, at least now. According to NPR, puzzle makers have seen a huge boom in businesses, and shelves are now empty. Adding to the problem, puzzle makers are considered essential businesses, so manufacturing plants, of course, are shut down. I have not done one, but I guess I can't quit one anymore.
We have purchased and figured out a few at our house, so it's been good. It helps to pass the time. And certainly we'd also like to note the president is expected to speak today at 6 o'clock at the earliest, and we'll try and bring that to everybody live. Jay?
Betsy, imagine being a high school senior. It's supposed to be one of the best times of your life. No prom, though, this year. That's terrible. But there is an alternative. Stephanie Haney has details of that and other entertainment world tidbits in our Friday edition of Pop Break.
Listen up, class of 2020, and people who maybe never got to go in the first place. John Krasinski wants to give you the prom of your dreams.
Lady in red is dancing. Confused? Me too. For all of you missing prom, I'm hosting this Friday night.
John will DJ for the virtual dance party, and he'll be joined by surprise guests, who we're willing to bet will all be a pretty big deal. Beyoncé surprised everyone by dropping in with so many A-listers for last night's Disney sing-along, benefiting Feeding America.
When you wish upon a star.
Kim Kardashian West was a big fan of her performance, calling it so beautiful. That's saying something, because Kim and husband Kanye West have had a complicated relationship with Beyoncé and her hubby Jay-Z. And The Rock shared a sweet moment on Instagram, having his own Disney sing-along with his daughter to You're Welcome from Moana for the 937th time.
Hey! Well, anyway, let me say you're welcome for the wonderful world you know.
The kicker here is that The Rock says his little girl doesn't realize he actually voices the character of Maui in the movie.
Honestly, I could go on and on. I could explain every natural phenomenon. The tide, the grass, the ground. Oh, that was Maui just messing around. I killed an eel, I buried it.
He's clearly having a good time, but he also says in the post that parenting is hard and he can't even remember what day it is, but he knows that it ends in a Y.
You know, it's pretty fitting that Rock and his daughter keep watching Moana over and over, because I know for a lot of us, it really feels like the movie Groundhog's Day, where we're living the same movie over and over. And Jay, I know that you and I can relate to not knowing what day it is on any given day, but I will tell you this. I know today is Friday.
That is so very true. Usually I'll have a problem with the day of the week, but you never mistake Friday. It is unmistakable.
Nope.
Stephanie, thank you so much. Have a terrific weekend, and we'll see you Monday. Oh, you can almost feel the panic. With salons closed for over a month now, roots are beginning to show, and some are starting to panic. No fear, though. Our expert has help on the way to hide wrong-colored roots. Betsy?
Well, we have time now for your pop quiz. In which year did the high five first appear in the dictionary? Was it 1896, 1947, or 1980? We'll have the answer when we come back.
Here are you.
All right, here now is the answer to today's pop quiz. In which year did the high five first appear in the dictionary? It was 1980. The high five is said to have first occurred in 1977 during a Dodgers game, and then it became canonized in the Oxford English Dictionary 3 years later. Now you know, even if you're too slow. And the high five down low, too slow. Okay, anyway. We've been sheltering at home for more than a month now, and salons across the state have been closed for weeks. So your do may not be doing a whole lot for you right now, but help is on the way. Our Lindsay Buckingham shows us a few creative ways to keep your hair looking fresh.
The old mudslide. Nope, not this kind. This kind. We know it's not a gripping topic, but the fact is, our roots are growing, and we've had to take our hair care into our own hands. So we tapped Nicole Wheeler, co-owner of Studio 6A in Westlake, for a few ways to cover and embrace our new look. First up, dry shampoo.
First would be using a dry shampoo, which is going to help soften your root. And it's going to help like that dark, kind of greasy feel, because that's the first to go when you're a blonde. There is a darker tone for brunettes by Moroccan-Oil. So this will have a darker shade to it versus the light powder.
Next, let's work on that mudslide with a root kit.
Color Wow has platinum. So what you can do is with this brush, this will give you the illusion of a blonde highlight. So people that have like right in the front, where it's like really making you crazy, you just follow your highlight line. You have dark hair and you want to cover up your gray.
Don't be afraid to switch up that hair.
Their recommendations are going to be different styles to get yourself through. So this, we kind of just hold the hair up into with some pins. This is it. Put some pins in. And then if you have roots, you just need to worry about this and not your whole part line. The other option is you have headbands. This is the Lindsay, by the way. But if you have headbands, this is gonna like help get you through.
Finally, this is a great time to wear our roots proudly. Who knew this look was on trend?
That's the nice thing about what's happening in color trends right now is everything's a modern color. So it's a little bit brighter around the front, but that rooty look is popular. It might be like everyone's new style.
Lindsay Buckingham, 3 News.
Slick. Well, if you need another great tip, if you don't have root cover-up, Nicole Wheeler says an eyeshadow can do the trick. And I will tell you one other thing, mascara. Little bit here, little bit there. It works, covers grays just fine. And you're looking at it now. All right, let's take a look back outside with Michael Estimé, who does not need to touch up any gray hairs, thankfully. But we, of course, have been privy to Michael's clipper experiments that he was posting on Instagram earlier. So you look fantastic. We're so thrilled about it. And the good news is the weather forecast is looking better, too.
You know, thank you so much, Betsy. I'm telling you a couple of things. Although the snow is falling, I may look like I have a couple of grays there. So that's one thing. And that the clippers in my haircut, by the way, like the front looks great. There's a reason why I'm not going to turn all the way around, because trying to get the back of my head, I have so many bald spots. It's kind of embarrassing, but you know, it is what it is. So let me get you out the door and show you what things look like if you're an essential worker and perhaps you're heading to the grocery store to restock. Let me show you. I-90 at I-77. It is a rain sort of snow slush mix out there. Temperature-wise, we're hovering just barely above freezing along the north coast, and you can see that pink line that we've been showing you for the past hour slowly inching toward the north. So Akron, Canton, you're perhaps seeing more of a rain mix as opposed to the snow showers that you were seeing earlier. Downtown Cleveland, same sort of story, and even up towards, say, Lake Geauga, Ashtabula County, still seeing more snow showers as we speak. So take your time. Roadways look decent. It is the grassy surfaces and the higher elevated regions where you'll see more of that accumulation. Temps outside along the north coast in the 30s, right around freezing in Ashtabula. Further inland, we're in the low and mid 40s down around, say, Dover and New Philadelphia. So when does the rain-snow mix come to an end? Well, here's the thing. I think that we'll see some scattered rain-snow showers through the late evening and overnight hours, perhaps even a Pinch of Lake effect in there as well during the overnight and then through early tomorrow. More cloud cover to get things going first thing on Saturday. Notice those temperatures just barely above freezing at about the 8 to 9 o'clock hour. Good news is, though, is I think we enjoy more sunshine. High pressure's rolling on in. That'll help to clear some of those clouds, and notice upper 40s, low 50s on Saturday. However, all good things must come to an end, right? Watch what happens by Sunday. I think early Sunday things look decent with your National Design Mart hour-by-hour forecast, but by Sunday afternoon, another wave of rain moves in. I don't think that snow is going to be an issue to wrap up your weekend. That's the good news. That Universal Windows Direct full 7-day forecast showing you 50s tomorrow on Saturday. Enjoy it with the sunshine out there in the afternoon. Rain showers move in Sunday evening, and I think we dry things out by Monday. So Monday looking like a decent day. Wednesday of next week looking like a great day. Upper 50s, near 60s with more sun. And then by Thursday, I think that we finally make it into the low and mid 60s. Again, some scattered rain in store. Long story short, though, back out live, what you'll notice, though, I think during the day tomorrow is any areas where you're seeing any residual snowfall, that should melt quick and in a hurry by tomorrow afternoon. But in the meantime, Betsy and Jay, I actually am really loving these snowflakes, especially as they kind of dance on little flower petals and stuff. It really looks beautiful, makes for great pictures.
So poetic on a Friday afternoon, definitely. Well, I do have to tell everyone, today is Michael's last Friday with us. Michael got a dream gig. He gets to go home to Detroit. So do you want to fill everybody in on your future plans a little bit?
Oh my goodness, Betsy, I can't even tell you how bittersweet it is. I am going to absolutely miss everything about Northeast Ohio, the people, the food, the punchkis, but I will be accepting a job up toward Metro Detroit. That's where my mom is, my dad is, my grandparents, aunts, uncles, and cousins and all are. I'm very excited about it. I'll be joining the Fox 2 News affiliate out that way. But here's the thing, Betsy, it's only 2 hours away. That means it's an easy day drive for you, the rest of the weather team, to come out and hang out with me when the Indians are taking on the Tigers. Like, we need to make this a family affair.
We definitely will, most certainly, and the guest room is always open to you, certainly when you come back to visit here too. A lot of people don't know, I met Michael when he was in college, and I told him way back then, I'm going to get you to work for me someday, and it came true. So it has absolutely been a complete honor. So thanks for all of your hard work for us over the years,
Absolutely.
Michael.
And again, Betsy, this is not a goodbye. This is just a see you soon.
Okay, we'll take it. Thank you so much. Okay, new at 5. I'm not going to cry. I don't even get to give a hug. That's the worst part of it. There's so much excitement when you're an expectant mom, but the coronavirus has added anxiety into the mix. There's new research now on the impacts that can have on moms and on babies. Plus, a small move by Facebook that could help bring people together during this time. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to What's New. Pregnant women have enough to worry about leading up to childbirth. Now you can throw in the risk of COVID-19. That only adds to an already stressful time. Expecting parents and their doctors want more information on how the virus impacts mom and baby. Some good news here. The small amount of information we do have paints a somewhat reassuring picture. Here's NBC's Sarah Deloff.
The birth of Ashley Hewitt's second daughter was much different than her first. Carson June arrived early in the midst of a pandemic, and no one but Ashley's husband can visit.
It is disappointing, but, I understand the importance from a medical standpoint.
Hospitals nationwide are adopting stricter policies to protect parents and medical staff from COVID-19. At Carolina's Medical Center, laboring moms are allowed one support person. Doctors are wearing head-to-toe protective gear for even routine deliveries.
We strongly feel that despite these concerns, with all of the precautions that we have enacted, that delivering in a hospital is still the very safest place to deliver.
There's no definitive answer if the virus can be transmitted from mother to fetus. One study from China found out of 33 infants born to infected women, 3 tested positive. Pediatric infectious disease specialist Dr. David Kimberlin believes it's more likely transmission occurred during or right after birth than during pregnancy.
And of the 3 babies who acquired it, they did well, and they cleared the virus within 6 or 7 days from the baby's body. So I think that there's reassurance to be given that the likelihood of transmission probably is not high.
For now, the American Academy of Pediatrics is recommending separating moms who test positive from their newborns.
Those few days can make a huge difference in the baby's life over time.
And that guidance could change as doctors learn more. But for now, those expecting facing the unexpected. Sarah Dolph, NBC News.
Thank you, Sarah. The University of San Francisco, California, is conducting a study to see the impacts of COVID-19 on pregnant women. They are still accepting volunteers. Our last time out is straight ahead. Facebook is making some changes to help people feel more connected right now. It's our Worth the Watch, and it is coming up after the break.
Happy Friday, everybody. Here's what you can do this weekend while staying safe at home. The Cleveland International Film Festival is back online. Now through April 28th, stream this year's features for $8 each, or become a Film Buff member and see them all for $75. Speaking of movies, the streaming giant finally took the hint, and now you can sync up your movie night with an on-screen group chat with Netflix Party, a free add-on if you already have the service. Or you can take a virtual trip with the newest addition to Airbnb, where you can book one-of-a-kind online experiences, like a yoga session in Nepal, with hosts from around the world. Find links to these ideas and more on WKYC.com and our WKYC app.
It's now time for our Worth the Watch. This is more of an awe story. Look at that. Facebook is rolling out 2 temporary emojis. The first is a hug emoji, and this is when you do the thing and you like it or love it or haha or cry. Look at the little huggy. Oh, that's so cute. And Facebook is saying this is a way for people to share their support with everybody during the pandemic. The other one will be a pulsating heart rather than just the heart that you already have as an option. They started rolling all this out on Messenger today, and it will be on Facebook next week. So look for that in a feed near you. Jay, we made it through another week. I think this was week 4 with you at home? 5?
It is. Yeah, it's been a month.
I miss you.
It's crazy. I know I miss you too, but we will be together one day in the near future. I have a feeling. We're closer to the end than to the beginning.
You got that right. And of course, we'll be with everybody next week too.
That's right. We'll see you next week. Everybody have a great weekend. Enjoy it. We'll see you Monday. What matters most starts right now.